Do you have by any chance 300 Boopon? The #1 Sunbringer fan. Chinen, this is the best free-to-play account I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's not close. Okay, let's have a quick look if you have an ER piece. You do have an ER piece, even with crit rate. Huh. Maybe we built you critnies instead. Damn, your discs are so good. That is such a nice AP niece. 328, 36, that is pretty good. And we do still keep the pen ratio and we get the ER. Hell yeah. Your Nangang Yu, M024135, that's a pretty good U. Do you run? Oh, you run it. Oh, never mind. Your attack is really low. Okay. Oh my. Wait. Your discs are really fine.
Hey,
What? Those are AP discs. You are supposed to roll badly on them, not roll nicely. What the? Why do you have good rolls? Stop rolling nicely on AP. What the? Do you have by any chance 300 Boopon? What am I looking at? What the actual? How do you even have any Bangboos? What the? Can we pull for R5 Bangboo? Fanboo? You're saving for ZZZ 3. If you want, great. Let's get you R5. Let's get you R5 Fanboo. Oh my god. The #1 Sunbringer fan. Shinen is saving for Sunbringer in the hopes that Sunbringer is gonna be a Bangboo. And you pull for... Imagine. Chat. Imagine if we now spend all of their Boopons and Sunbringer is gonna be pulled with Boopons instead. That would be so freaking funny. R1, hell yeah. That would be so funny. Sunbringer scales with Bangboos, hell yeah, exactly. She also scales with your Boopons. Plus 1% damage bonus for each hoarded Boopon. We just spend that all now. Let's see how many pulls we need. 988. We started at 988. How many pulls do we need for R5 biggest fan? I complain when people have like 360 and you have 988. Holy shit. That is actually low-key impressive. Hell yeah. We are at R3, right? Let's make one more. I actually forgot that works. We get that boy to R5. One more. Another early one. Look. Man, I'm good. Look at that. Let me do all of your pulls. We needed exactly 200. 200 pulls for R5. What does biggest fan do? Effectively, it gives 100 flat combat attack with 100% uptime. So it is worth a lot of substats. This Ascension is the most important one. If you want to save money, look at that. Ascending from 50 out of 50 to 50 out of 60 nearly doubles the attack. It nearly doubles the attack of this Bangboo. And it will cost you 250k Dannies and 20 of these, right? So, you always want to do that. But going from 50 to 60 only adds 300 attack instead of like the 3500 it did before. And it's gonna cost you a load of these as well. So if you are short on resources, you don't need to level them from 50 to 60, but at least ascend them to 50 out of 60. It is a lot of damage you leave on the floor by not doing that. Top 3 Universal Bangboo. Generally all of the S2 Bangboos are pretty good. If you have any AOD member, so either one Nangang Yu or one Suna or one Arya, it doesn't matter if you have more of them. R3 or R5 Bangboo is the best, because at R3 they only require 1 Angels of Delusion, right? So any of the 3 works. And it is arguably the best Bangboo in the game because it has 100% flat combat attack at 100% uptime. Whenever you use the active skill, it is 100 flat combat attack for 30 seconds, and the active skill has a cooldown of, I think it was 24 seconds or something. Yeah, biggest fan is basically kind of the best one you have. If you play YSG, Sprout is gonna be just fine. Just take R1 Sprout, you don't need more copies. For Vivian, R5 Robin, if you have any team with Vivian, just use that one. Any fire team that you have no specific best in slot for, Rocket Boo is gonna be fine. He is gonna, I mean, it's a Bangboo, right? 0.1% damage contribution, and he does maybe 0.2, so it's whatever. If you play double physical, go for Lucky Boo. If I have R5 Robin as biggest fan, still worth it? Yes. Definitely yes. It can be 2 to 3 to 4,000 more score in Deadly Assault. It is really good. And especially the worse your builds are, right? The less attack you have in your builds, the better it becomes. Lucky Boo, really good for double physical. So anything with the Yuzua plus Jane, Yuzua plus Piper, Yuzua plus Alice, or also if you just play Alice, Jane, Nicole, for example, really good. If you play Dialin, you want R3 Burke Blake. And for Orphe, R3 Mercury. You don't have Sona, Adia, you don't have Dialin. Okay. No Dialin. But you have Bernice. All of your sins may be forgiven. Ellen. Your attack is not high enough and your crit damage is too high. Much better. Much better. For Ellen specifically, right? She gets 150 crit damage for free. You get 100% here. And from her enhancement, another 48%. To be fair, it is really hard to maintain this. But technically, right? So this is actually 290%. You really don't need much crit damage on her, you want much more attack. Which means anything above 3,300 is pretty good, and her ideal layout for that matter is attack, pen ratio, attack. So you do have the ideal also, oh my god. Your rolls are so good. That's a really good Ellen. Oh my. Also, M3 by the way, right? 50, 200, 36. Is that triple attack? If you play Zhao Astra, you definitely don't want to run triple attack because you already get so much flat combat attack. So this is her ideal layout if you run with Dialin and either Zhao or Sona, right? Otherwise, you are better off with physical damage. Oh my god, you have 2 of them. You have 2 of them. What the f? Get this to 11. It's your entry skill, which is part of this, right? And you also, depending on the team, you might need to parry once or twice, especially in Shiyu. Especially in Shiyu, you actually need to parry like twice, at least in the current one, to get your ultimate up in time. And you also use like her EX specials, right? These two. And that thing has a pretty high multiplier. So get that to 12. And me BB, oh my god.
Brother,
It's M1, but that attack is dead. That is a godly P. The quick fix for all Mia Ps. Astral Voice Hormone Punk. The problem is this is fucking ridiculous how good that is. Do you have an AM piece? That is really good. I mean, you have that one. I don't think we can change that. Can she not be an ether character? God damn it, you have so many good discs, but somehow no attack percent. Better. Oh, that's dumb. Let's get in there, thank you. Me BB. You get it? First burn, thank you. Should be fine here doing that. One more here. Surely that is fine. Parry, what's the time? 1:20, alright. Start off on me BB here. We are gonna go in there. That stun window is a little bit sucky. Little bit sucky. We are fine doing this, I hope. Maybe we canceled a little bit too much here. Maybe we canceled a little bit too much here. One more Frostburn, thank you. Can we get one more Disorder, one more Enhanced EBA 3? That would be great. We have 8 seconds left, but... Well, not a full one, unfortunately. Okay, yeah. You were at what before? 38k? Was it 38,500 or something, right? And you are probably a better Miyabi player than I am, but 43k. So the build is definitely better. Now, the main problem you will have is if you can now get more crit rate, that would be great. That's the main thing that currently holds you down a little bit is the crit rate. If you can get, or M2 me BB. M2, if you had M2 me BB, that would be really nice. Then you could just focus on more attack instead. Chinen, this is the best free-to-play account I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's not close. That is disgusting. Your rolls are very impressive. Those are rolls on your discs that most whales don't have. And they refresh sometimes. Your agents are really well built outside of like your Me BB, which had like a little bit low attack. You have all of your stuff leveled, and most importantly, you have a Bernice. The only thing that I think I would fix on your account, now your account is an S+ account. But aside from that, it's a fantastic account. No, that's an understatement. It's the best free-to-play account I've ever seen. It's fucking insane. Thank you so much for submitting this.